On this episode of Month in the Making, I am battling my mother to a cook-off. That's right, it is the last episode of me in Jens's kitchen, and it is going down. Me versus my mom is happening now. Like and subscribe to the channel because the cook-off is gonna get hot.
So Mikey, Michelangelo, it's time for you to show what you've learned in this month with us. You will be sliced if you don't win this. Here is the ingredient for you, a guinea fowl, and you will have to prepare that in the oven. And here's the second contestant, Kathy. Surprise, surprise, you'll have the second bird, just the same bird as Michelangelo, and you will have to debone that whole bird and re-roll this in lard and make a nice guinea fowl roll. Who's gonna bring out the better dish is gonna win the night.
Okay. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to our channel.
Break it again.
We just got our guinea fowl, our big ingredient for the night. I've never worked with guinea fowl. Truth be told, I've probably cooked 6 dinners in my entire life, so I've pretty much never worked with anything. So here we go.
I'm taking the legs off of the bird. These knives are very sharp, real chef knives, so I have to keep my fingers out of the way. There's the legs are now off. And now the next piece, I'm gonna slice it down here.
Yes.
You know, probably the best guinea fowl I've ever worked before. I'm cutting it with a knife and it's gross and it want to throw up a little bit. So now that I got my creative juices flowing, I'm in the carving motif. You know, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go with a Tuscan dish, a delicacy called prosciutto. And you know, it's oven baked chicken carved up, marinated with rosemary, sage, and some olive oil, and I've never heard of it. Jens just told me that's what I'm gonna be cooking, so that's what I'm gonna do, no problem.
I'm deboning the guinea fowl. I'm following the breastbone of the bird and removing the skin as close to the bone as I can. Slice it like a roast, and you'll have your vegetable inside and your meat on the outside. It's going to be very beautiful.
Hey Mom, what does it feel like to be in second place right now? Because my guinea fowl is carved and yours is not.
Yeah,
This is what this should look like.
It's not a race. Well,
when you're good in the kitchen, this is what it should look like. So I'm carving up my guinea fowl here, turning it into 4 beautiful pieces. I'm gonna beat Kathy Savas, there's no question. The judges are Jens's children, so their palates are hopefully not that sophisticated, even though their father's a gourmet chef.
They're Jens's children, so their palates
ketchup on it, and I'm
very
gonna crush.
Started out with a leg that looked like this. So I have to take all the meat off the bone, and in the end, I wind up with a cutlet with no bone left in it.
When I do this, I envision this being Kathy, this being me.
The bits from the dark meat got cut up small. We're putting it in the food processor because it's going to be pulverized with spices, and it's going to be the glue that holds the bird together. So I've got this tool, and I'm flattening out the fillet so that it will be easy to roll. On the slicer, my mother is going to have a fit when she sees it.
All right, I'm here in the garden looking for rosemary and sage. There's more than a couple herbs here, and I don't want to choose the wrong one. They're not labeled. It's not like this is a grocery store. Got my knife, and I'm ready to party. Rosemary and sage, rosemary and sage. Has a blue flower on it. That looks like rosemary. Right, hold on. I don't know what rosemary smells like. Maybe that's rosemary. It has no blue flowers though. Does it always have a blue flower, or is that only part of the time? So I'm looking for the sage now too. Apparently sage is a little bit furrier. See how many plants I have to deal with out here? Tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. Oh, it's gotta be over here. It's gotta be here. This has gotta be sage. And by sage, I mean rosemary. Oh, it says sage. Yeah, that's, and wait. No, that's rosemary. Why does it say sage? Son of a bitch. Let's see if this is sage. Does sage grow in a thorn bush? This has thorns. We got a handful of sage now. At least I think it's sage. And hopefully I don't get yelled at. I think this is rosemary. I think this is sage. There's so many. You have the biggest garden in history. Is that rosemary? Come on!
That's a granny.
Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. Is this sage?
That's sage.
Yes. Okay, I'm blanching the vegetables, the carrots. That means cooking them in salt water for a minute or two. Give them an ice cold ice water bath to stop them from cooking and preserve the crunch and the color.
My stress levels are peaking. I'm falling apart mentally, emotionally, spiritually. All right, I dropped behind in the garden, fell behind about 15-20 minutes. Kathy is now in the garden. She doesn't know I peed on absolutely everything. But that woman was born in the bush. She eats roots for breakfast. So I have no doubt she's gonna come back faster than I did and kick my butt to the blender.
Oh, hi. Oh yeah, Tuscan chard.
No.
Just kidding.
Oh!
Tuscan chard. What? I pulled a mic.
No.
No!
Black cat.
You don't know a garden better than me.
This is what they sell in New Jersey.
New Jersey and Tuscany, Ma. She was overconfident. She thought she knew what was what. Came in like the Dallas Cowboys after their 4th Super Bowl win. I don't watch football. I don't know how many wins they have. But and you know, and then she got shown up.
First, I put the meat smoothie in here. This is the glue that is going to hold everything together. A piece of Tuscan kale on it. Now we have to lift this up. It's all tied up now. It goes into the refrigerator because the cold will help it set.
If I've learned one thing in Italy, you cannot get enough olive oil. Okay, well,
Oh, God.
A guinea fowl is going in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius. We're gonna sear the outside and then cook the inside once we drop the temperature. All right, guinea fowl liver going in the frying pan. Whoa, hot tamale. Watch out, mama. You can't mess with my guinea fowl liver. We got a little Moscato sweet wine. Let's see what happens when I pour it over open flame. Oh yeah, now we're having a party. Oh Jesus. How's that for display, man? That's presentation right there. The wine's flowing, the music's going. I just had a brilliant idea. No one told me to do this. Came up with it on my own. We're gonna dig out these tomatoes right down the middle, at like so. We're gonna sear them on the outside, make them nice and crispy. Then we're gonna take this goat cheese over here. We're gonna whip this goat cheese up with some yogurt, make it like a nice, beautiful little cream in the middle. We're gonna call it Michelangelo Special. Whip it good. Goat cheese, yogurt, salt, pepper, basil, oil.
Do it in this style, please.
Oh.
The roulade that was tied up in the pan, we're going to sear it on 4 sides. Once it's seared, the juices are locked in. We will be placing it in the oven to finish.
We are deep into the competition. It is getting hot and heat is literally standing over the oven. I'm a little bit intimidated by Kathy's meal right now. It's looking delicious. We got some serious bacon wrapped guinea fowl. I think that was
And by bacon, he means pancetta.
But there's meat on meat and it's wrapped and it's on the oven and it smells delicious. I'm scared. Guys, we have a big problem on our hands. The industrial oven just broke down. We don't even know if the meals are gonna be ready for the guests. The guests arrive in 10 minutes. We are in big trouble. Her meat broke the oven. The oven isn't working. She's not gonna be able to cook dinner
My
tonight.
meat wasn't even in the oven yet.
Even bigger problem, it's not cooked at all. That's what you call an error message, people. This is what you call an impromptu repairman. Let's see if he can fix the oven. If not, we are actually both in big trouble because all anyone's gonna get for dinner is tomatoes.
It's working again.
It's working! You're back in action, Kathy. No time to waste. We got hungry people coming. All different countries. They've been drinking wine all day. They want their food. Let's go.
Hey, Katie, how do you feel about this whole thing?
My second roulade, the one I did by myself, wasn't very neat, but it looks like it held together. I'm sure it's going to taste delicious, and Jens is an awesome teacher.
We are bringing the first 2 starters out to our 2 impromptu guests. Didn't know they were eating here, but luckily, we're professionals. We make it happen. Let's go.
Okay, here's our delicious starters, tomato boats, and the liver of guinea fowl. The appetizers have been served. Before this goes into the oven to finish, we're gonna run down, eat some apps, come back up and pull this out.
All right, my dish is ready. It is warm. We have a delicious guinea fowl that's been chopped and baked in the oven. Wow, take a look. This looks fantastic. So we've put several different types of herbs on it. We've layered some sun-dried tomatoes, some delicious local olive oil. Okay, let's go serve it up. My meal is ready to go. I'm feeling very happy with the way it came out. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because you can always improve. But this is my first guinea fowl I've ever cooked, the first meat I've ever cooked by hand. I've carved it, I've killed it, I've bled it, I've marinated it, I've herbed it, I've baked it. Now I'm gonna serve it, then I'm gonna eat it. Kathy, going down. You're sliced, you're done. This is one of our judges here. You know, he's my kind of guy. He went shirtless at the head of a dinner table. He knows what's up, he likes his meat. Is that good or what? Yeah, Chelsea was into it. Chelsea went right in.
And here it is, the finished product. Little family style, little individual plating. Taking it down, see what the judges say.
Right, the competition is about to start. The appetizers are being served. We have our 11 guests at this beautiful table in the garden at Villa Montecastello as the sun has just set. I prepared one of the guinea fowls. Kathy Savas has prepared the other. She is sweating, she is feeling nervous, she's gonna lose. Not nervous, not nervous. And our lead judge is at the head of the table here. He's gonna decide who the winner is of the evening. Adi likes it! She's one of my judges. Oh my God. I don't even care if I win. I gave that little girl a smile and that's all that matters. Let's try it, let's try it. Here's my guinea fowl, baked in the oven, chopped up, marinated in many different spices and herbs.
I love the rosemary.
Yeah, the rosemary is really good. It's crispy. I'm gonna be a judge on myself. A little bit dry, but absolutely delicious. You know, the technique was difficult, but it paid. Delicious.
Va bene, okay. We have it, we have it.
Okay.
Follow me. So the verdict is in. We talked to the judges. We heard their comments. We had extremely positive remarks on both plates. Dishes prepared both by Michelangelo and Kathy. The flavors on the guinea fowl from Michelangelo were extraordinary. The texture on Kathy's plate was beyond belief, I had heard. But there were also some criticism, and that's what probably made the difference. Mikey walked out of the kitchen on the phone and the tomatoes burned, and with all the good flavors, in the end, Kathy was pronounced.
Chef, I'm out. Don't like the channel, don't subscribe. The channel's over, the game's over, I quit.
The walk of shame.